It is 11 a.m. here in London. It's 1 p.m. in Damascus. I'm Monita Rajpal.
And I'm Zain Verjee. This is World One.
The close relationship between British politicians and the press is under scrutiny as a former chief advisor to the UK Prime Minister takes the stand at the Leveson inquiry into media ethics. Andy Coulson was editor of News of the World before he joined David Cameron's administration. He left the tabloid 5 years ago when illegal phone hacking was uncovered there, and his royal correspondent was thrown in jail. Last year, Coulson resigned from his government job as the scandal spread to engulf Rupert Murdoch's media empire. Two powerful explosions have killed dozens of people in the Syrian capital Damascus this morning. Syrian state television says initial counts put the death toll at more than 40 people. Ara Damon is following the latest developments for us from Beirut in Lebanon. She joins us now live. And Ara, why is the Syrian opposition believing that the government carried out these attacks, and what evidence do they have?
Well, nothing really concrete when it comes to that allegation, and
Well, Barack Obama has become the first president in United States history to openly support same-sex marriage. It is an issue that has divided America and is likely to heat up as November's presidential election draws near. Mitt Romney, the Republican who's set to be Mr. Obama's big rival, promptly said he is against same-sex marriage, but it's not the president who decides whether that same-sex marriage is legal. That is up to individual states themselves, and as we know, there are 50 states in total, and same-sex marriage is legal in just 6 of them. They're the ones in green, we should say, they're ones in yellow. They're mainly in the east, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Vermont, Iowa, New Hampshire, New York, plus the District of Columbia. Sorry, those are the ones in green, I should say. And those are more of the liberal states. Then 29 states actually ban same-sex marriage. These are all in red. Among them, they're Florida, Montana, Alaska, Texas, Virginia, and Louisiana. They're in the conservative South. Now, this week, North Carolina voted against it as well. There are 5 states where civil unions are permitted. They are in yellow, and they include New Jersey, Illinois, and Hawaii. 3 states ban same-sex marriage, but also so-called domestic partnerships. They are the ones in purple: California, Oregon, and Nevada. Zain?
Monita, let's go live to our White House correspondent now.
Well, the job of forming Greece's next government will fall to the head of the socialist PASOK party today after 2 previous failed attempts. Evangelos Venizelos says he'll continue the efforts because it's in the nation's interest, and prolonging the uncertainty will only hurt the economy. The conservative New Democracy Party and leftist Syriza Party were both unable to form a unity government this week. Joins us now here in the studio with more on that. Are we looking at more towards yet another election?
Yeah, that could be a realistic possibility here, Monita. It's one that economists are gradually considering the more likely outcome, isn't it? Because that creates the whole vicious circle again.
A very confusing, no straight answer situation. And of course, you'll be covering more on that on World Business Today. Nita DeSantis, thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. Welcome back. This is World One live from London. Rescue workers in Indonesia have reached the site of a crashed Russian passenger jet and found no survivors so far. The Superjet 100 plane was starting to descend from a test run when it vanished from radar. Dozens of people were on board. Kathy Kiana joins us now on the line from Jakarta. Kathy, bring us up to date on the operation so far.
Well, Monita, Indonesia's search and rescue agency says their teams have reached the crash site and found
Well, for the second time in just 3 years, Atletico Madrid have been crowned UEFA Europa League champions. Pedro Pinto joins us here to tell us how they did it. And when we talk about El Tigre, we're not talking about you.
Wow, all right. No, we're not. We're talking about the star of the show from last night. I'll tell you all about it. It was an unforgettable night for Spanish football as 2 La Liga sides, Atletico Madrid.
Portuguese monster, really?
Why the Portuguese monster?
Anyway, you're from Portugal.
We're just out of control this morning. Yeah.
Do you surf?
I have tried. I'm better at bodyboarding when I was growing up. Because all the standing up stuff and falling down 3 seconds later just got a little...
That's just walking down the street.
That's just got a little frustrating for me.
With Federer in tennis, did someone not tell him about the blue?
Because he was chameleon?
Yeah.
The chameleon with his shirt?
Yeah.
I think he meant that.
No, I know he should have been supporting the Canadian, but, you know, I am a Federer fan, so I'm glad he went through.
Well, Milos did really well.
Very well. Put up quite the fight.
Yeah, 3rd set tie break. Am I telling you about it, or are you telling me about it?
No, we're having a discussion.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, I'm done.
You're done.
Yeah, that's it.
Great.
Another discussion, Pedro, we'll have offline is what women want. Actually, let's have it now.
No idea.
Just ahead on
idea.
CNN.
You are watching World One live from London.
We're coming up on 7 a.m. in New York, 1 p.m. in Berlin, 8 p.m. in Tokyo.
Now, it feels like summer already in much of eastern China, but a relief from the heat is in sight.
Let's go to Mari Ramos to give us some relief. Mari?
Hey, you guys, you know what? The thing is, when it gets this warm this early, energy costs go way up across the...
Mari Ramos, let's go from dry to hot, because this next story, whew, it is hot. It's all about the runaway success of a book series that's topping the New York Times bestsellers list. Women just cannot get enough of 50 Shades of Grey. We sent Richard Roth, yes, Richard Roth, to find out why. You're watching 50 Shades of World One live from London. I'm Zain, Verjee, gotta get the book.
And I'm Monita Rajpal. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night wherever you are.